Hello and welcome back to my channel. Let's review stories from Reddit. So, any happy or successful stories since moving to Dubai? It's always interesting to look at the perspective of like normal people, like average people, I would say, because we always see these inspirational videos, like be it the Dubai bling, like all self-made on TikTok. We always see these billionaires and all. But what about us? Normal people who were coming to Dubai for their dream. UAE changed my life. I was lower middle class in my home country, which is Pakistan, with a broken family. Now I am an upper middle class in my home country with a very loving family of my own. The family of which I was a child of is still broken, of course, but I have been able to support my siblings and they're on the way on their own feet now. People come here just to support their families back home because of the cost difference. Like you're making x amount of dirhams, and then you're sending it back home. You send like a fraction of it and people can survive, like your whole family can survive. You can build a house, you can build a business back home. Like that's one of the reasons why people come here. I was able to marry a girl way above my league, okay, beauty wise. My kids are able to go to good schools and have more safety than they'd ever have in the home country. UAE was probably one of the best things that happened to my life. There are a few drawbacks too, but we're not talking about this here. Well, this story is actually like very relatable to most of us residents here in the UAE. Of course, we want to support, have a better life. We want to have a better family. We want to support our family back home, our siblings, or your parents, your kids. Second story. Most important thing from I Am Batman. Most important thing as I met my wife here. Besides that, we both have jobs that help us live the kind of lifestyle we're always dreamt of having. Don't get me wrong, there are things that aren't great about this place, but that would be true anywhere in the world. Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, we feel privileged to be able to lead a life we otherwise may not have had back home. Yes, it's true. Like this is what do you want from life? Basically, you just want to have a good, happy life, access to good healthcare, access to education, access to safety. We want to feel safe. You want to sell your skills. You want to be able to work, to showcase, to shine, career wise. You want to make good money. You want to provide for your family, and you want to have love in your life and all. Yeah, I'm a Westerner, but worked at another country in this region through transferring with M&S I worked for at home. I advanced my career a lot and was able to do things I wouldn't be able to do at home. Then got a job in the UAE, which was also a big promotion in terms of responsibility and pay. I increased my take-home income by more than 4x. Wow, in less than 3 years. Man, that's amazing. This is the dream. This is the dream come true, yeah? And now make more than most of my bosses, well-educated people with great jobs at a great country, currently make back at home. It's transformative for me in terms of ability to save. That is crazy. In 3 years, he 4x his salary, man. I doubled my salary in 2 years, in 2.5 years. But man, 4x in 3 years, man, that's something I need to do. Yeah, this is the inspiration for sure. Yeah, so basically I spoke about it in my previous videos, like how much you make. You can check my video here about expenses in Dubai, anywhere in the world, but we come here for a better living and we want to save money. We want to build something. You don't want to be jobless and without money at the age of 75 plus, like doing nothing. It's depressing. So yeah, this guy 4x in 3 years, that's a great one. I mean, this is the inspirational and success story for sure. Okay, let's read some comments. Okay, what do you do? I went from management consulting to tech. Okay, that's also a good industry to grow. like in general, like from my group of friends and friends of friends, those who work in tech are making much more money too, but at the same time they have they're always in jeopardy of being laid off, or they're very sensitive to the market. So yeah, but the risk worth. Another comment for the same story. That is extremely difficult. I'm sure it's taking a lot of hard work, and GCC experience helps as well. But I personally find that it's easier for Westerners to get good jobs and positions rather than Asians. And the privilege is there everywhere in the world. Let's be honest, like your nationality, your passport, your gender is your privilege too. That is like it's everywhere. Yeah. That replied to that. I was also relatively underpaid given my age, experience before coming to the region, before and managed to get some great experience before getting to UAE job, which effectively gave me a promotion and lots of credit for all my prior work. Yeah, he is right here as well. He has a good point. Like to me, I came to UAE, I didn't have any Middle Eastern experience, and I was extremely lucky to get a good job and to be exposed to marketing and to fashion retail. So in like 2.5 years, I've built a lot of skills, connections, and etc. So yeah, man, you're my inspiration. So hopefully in the next another year or two, I will 4x my salary as well. As a part of a teaching couple, I couldn't be any happier and grateful to live and work in this wonderful country and benefit from its opportunities. I'm currently back in the UK, and from to speaking friends, family, things are absolutely dismal here. The future doesn't look particularly rosy to young couples. I wouldn't trade anything to be back here. Yes, that's what I hear as well from my Western friends and colleagues, that things are quite difficult back there, especially for entry level jobs. If you are from like a middle class family, if you don't have access, if you don't have this privilege, right, of getting a best internship, or not paying your rent, so it's difficult to meet ends and it's difficult to establish yourself, because most of the like interesting and cool jobs and great like big companies, they don't pay you well, at the entry level. But for you to to work there, you need to get support from your family, and most of the families, they cannot support you, that cannot support you. And then what youngsters are, and then youngsters are forced to take this better paying jobs, but the opportunities are not there. Like you know what I mean, especially if you work in fashion. Like fashion pays, and it's a fact, fashion pays like uh extremely, like stupidly small amount of money globally. So if you work at the Vogue magazine, if you work at public relations agency, or if you work for like a brand, your entry level pay will be so small, you won't be able to afford your rent and groceries. So that's why if you see that the kids who are privileged, those who have good families who can support them, then they can afford to work there for less pay. Then like half of your bills are getting paid by your parents, right? Moved here 13 years ago, met my wife here 12 years ago, had our kids here. While it's hard having kids away from their family and grandparents, Dubai is home, and we are very thankful. Yeah, very family oriented guy. Great story. So he was able to meet his wife in the first year of living in Dubai. Okay, inspirational for all of us here as well. I moved countries within the same company with a slightly higher title, with 4x, 5x salary, with a job that's more rewarding and less stressful. Cannot complain one bit. Only grateful. Here, 1.5 years ago, bright eyed and bushy tailed, suffered in two horrible, underpaying, and overly demanding jobs. Husband and I almost spent all our life savings, which is 30,000 Canadian dollars, right after we had to make a small loan from family. We both got decent jobs with Expo and then started to work on the side. He's a civil engineer, I'm a designer. By the end of Expo, 6 months, we had earned back our savings plus 60,000 dirhams extra. Opened a company which is now profitable and still working on design projects on the side. We would have paid all our wealth in taxes back in Canada, and the amount of red tape you have to cross when opening a company is big and big investment. Back in Canada, I was making decent money too, but most of it went to taxes and high cost of living, higher even than in Dubai. Not to mention the 8 months before we moved to Dubai were spent at home in lockdown. Definitely being here has opened many doors for us, but the beginning wasn't easy. We made it through though, wishing everyone success and happiness. Amazing story here. It's good that they came here as a couple, so they never felt this loneliness and they were supporting each other in a way. And then they had their savings, they invested their savings, which is such a scary thing to do. Like, it's your life savings and you are investing it in a country, like you don't know what's gonna what return are you getting from that. But yeah, big applause to you. So basically they came, they spent 30,000 Canadian dollars, which yeah, and they made opened a company as well. This is the key. Like having a business is a risk, a big risk, but it can pay off you tremendously. I mean, to me, I used to own a business back home in my country, and it was great, but also I was constantly stressed. Yeah, let's see. Maybe one day I will open my business. Let's see. Moved here 5 years ago and love it. Never plan on living honestly low. As someone who had lived his whole life in London previously, I super appreciate the weather, the beach, the pool parties, the safety, the cleanliness, the luxury. Housing here is cheaper than in London. I've met a really good group of friends here. Life is good. Yeah, cool, nice story. Great, very positive, very inspirational, inspiring as well. And he's not planning to leave here too. Let's see what's going to happen to you. John Warren, 12. Apart from a million other things that happened for good after I moved to Dubai, there is one thing that I had always dreamed of growing up as a child in middle class household: buying a good luxury car, and Dubai gave it to me. Purchased for myself a brand new Mercedes this year. Proud of myself. Yes, I'm proud of you too. It's good that you fulfilled your childhood dream. Brilliant AD 4858 says, moved to Dubai 11 years ago with hubby from the UK as newlyweds and grateful. Definitely saved our marriage. Dubai definitely saved our marriage, as we had to depend on each other and figure things out as a unit away from home, family, and friends, making at least double what I have been earning in the UK with more autonomy, flexibility, and less stress. Childcare is also great here and more affordable, not to mention safety, great weather for half the year. Dubai is far from perfect, but it works for us. Yeah, you saved your marriage. Nice. Okay, if you go back home to UK, you will get a divorce. So what does that mean? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you want to share your successful or not successful story, please send it to me on my DM on Instagram. It will be 100% and absolutely anonymous. Let's just share our stories here and we will discuss it further. Have a good day. Bye.